Welcome to your Welcome Project's 30-minute yin after the wind flow. This flow is applicable for any post-workout recovery, targeting the hamstrings, quads, inner and outer thighs, and the groin region. We'll begin by coming to our mat, taking child's pose. Knees come to the outer edges of the mat, big toes touching down the center line, and just sit back on your heels, and then begin to walk your fingertips as far forward as possible, just letting everything surrender into the earth. As you take about 10 Ujjayi breaths in and out of the nose, begin to come into the present moment and set an intention for this 30 minutes. Understanding the tightness and the soreness will dissipate, and in order to heal, you need to feel. And then we'll press up, finding our downward facing dog, curling onto our toes, pressing the tailbone up and back. Fingertips and our knuckles of our hands are nice and rooted into the mat. You can bend one knee. Keep the other leg straight and just really isolate that hamstring, feeling out your downward facing dog. And then we'll walk our hands back to our feet, coming to ragdoll, feet hip width apart. Opposite hand grabs opposite elbow. And just letting the torso pour over the thighs. Inhaling, the crown of the head getting closer to the mat. Exhaling, your chest gets closer to the top of your thighs. You can sway side to side, just putting the weight in the balls of your feet. And then we'll slowly release our hands, heel to our feet together, and then rise all the way up, head coming up last. Come into Samasthiti. Palms open out wide, and then inhale, palms above our head. Maybe take a little back bend, and then we'll exhale, forward fold, squeeze all the air out, belly button pulls the spine. Inhale to our halfway lift, flat back, upper arm bones pulling in, shoulder blades pull together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, heart up, deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands out to the top of the mat. And then inchworm, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and rise all the way up, heart up, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step it back. High plank, drop your knees. Coming into a nice puppy stretch. Walk your knees back as far possible as you need to, so your hips are directly over your knees. You get that decompression out of your spine. Forehead can rest on the mat. Hands pressing evenly into the mat. And then we'll press up to your all fours. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, soften the elbows. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Extend your right leg straight back. Really tighten that quad. Kneecap pulling up into the quad. Then drop your back knee. Step your left foot forward to replace where your left hand was, coming into lizard pose. Get into our first little hip stretch. If you want to take it deeper, you can bring your forearms to the mat. But keep that left shoulder integrated with the inside of your left knee. Just letting your neck relax, head relax. Also an option if you want to use a block, if you have a block available or a bolster or cushion, you can rest your forehead onto that. Also, if your back knee is hurting, you can put a bolster or a cushion underneath your back knee. Or you can just curl onto the back toes and elevate that back knee. And that'll help you get a little bit deeper into it also. Then you can start pointing your left foot at about 10 o'clock and come onto the knife edge, the pinky edge of that foot. And just allowing that hip to open up a little bit more freely. You can stay on your forearms or come up on your hands. And then press up onto your hands and take your left hand and extend it to your back ankle and grab that ankle. Or if you have a strap, you can reach around and grab that right ankle or the right shin, right foot, and just lasso that in and get a nice quad stretch as you get this hip opener. And this may be intense, so keep breathing through it. Keep opening your chest up to the ceiling. Really getting length across your collarbone. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then you can exhale and gently release that back foot. Starting to straighten that front leg, coming to a half splits. Keeping that front foot actively flexed. And then start to drop your hips onto the mat evenly with that left foot completely extended, single leg extension, and your right leg can be bent, taking a half heroes. And you can fold forward, get deeper into the hamstring, low calf release. And you still get the quad stretch on that right quad with the half hero. And if this is hurting your knee and causing too much discomfort, you can come out of this, take a single leg extension with your right foot on the inner left thigh, and that left foot completely extend and fold forward. And then to isolate again the quad stretch, you can lay on your belly and just reach your right hand around back, grab that ankle and get your quad stretched that way. And start to walk your hands back along your waist, lifting your hips off the mat, coming to that front knee bend, taking a quick crane pose. You can have your hands interlaced on that front thigh or hook the thumbs above you. And then start to walk your left foot towards the right edge of the mat, coming into half pigeon. So that left knee drops to the left edge of the mat. Walk your hands along your waist. Establish your length. Back leg has a nice inner thigh rotation. Back foot's pointed straight towards the back of your mat. Also an option to place a block underneath that left thigh, that back straight leg. Allow you to get deeper into that stretch. And it evens out the hips. And just drop what you know and just come into this present breath. Surrendering more into the earth. And then start to walk your hands back along your waist, coming out of your half pigeon, finding a downward facing dog and just pedaling your knees out, feeling the difference in your legs. And then we'll drop our knees to the mat, coming to all fours. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, pressing the earth away from you. And then extend your left leg straight back, really tighten up that thigh, and then drop that back knee. Step your right foot forward, replacing where your right hand was, and coming into lizard on the right. Feel free to drop to your forearms, taking whatever modification you need. Also understanding that this side might be more limited or might be more flexible, but just being accepting of where you're at. Exhaling into the sensation, allowing your body to get deeper and peel away more layers. And then you can start bringing that right foot to about 2 o'clock. Let that hip open up a little bit more. And this is a really great hip opener for those runners. If you sit around for your job, any type of activities. And then take your right hand extended around back, grabbing that left ankle or foot, wherever it is. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then gently release that back foot. Straightening that front right leg, taking that half split, get into the hamstring. And with that half hero with the left leg, getting the quad stretch, top of the foot. And just keep lengthening on each inhale. Your spine lengthens forward towards the front of the mat. Exhale, you sink a little bit deeper into the ground. And understanding if the quads are tight and the top of the foot's tight, a little bit more mobile, you're going to have to fight through the fire and the discomfort as long as it's not exceptional pain. It's a great pose just to really get you deeper into your own body. Have to be accepting of where you are right now in order to move forward. And then start to come out of it. Bring your hands along your hips. Press forward back into crane pose. And then walk your right foot over towards the left edge of the mat, coming into half pigeon. Taking whatever modification you need. And if you didn't try the block on the other side, maybe try it on this side. Lengthen and forward fold. So you get a nice lengthen across your collarbone. You get a nice lengthen from the base of your tailbone to the top of your crown of your head. When you walk your hands alongside your waist and really squeeze your shoulder blades together in on that inhale. And then you can exhale, forward fold, and shift your hips back. And if you're having a hard time staying in this half pigeon, one tool you can use is just placing your hand towards your right glute and just exhaling your breath through the area of your hand, wherever you feel that sensation. And then we'll start to press up. Finding a downward facing dog and just pedal out our knees, walking our dog. Feeling that nice rejuvenation in the legs. Getting the blood flowing again. And then we'll set up for frog. So you can take frog on the mat, or if you want to take frog on the wall, just remember 90-degree angles from your ankles to your knees, and then from knee to knee, you want a nice flat plane. And if you have that wall, take frog on the wall. If the wall's not an option, you can just fold over each end of the mat. Provide a little bit more cushion for your knees and come on to frog on your mat. And I'll demonstrate that in a moment. But when you're in frog, really just let your hips open up, let everything just surrender to gravity. You can close your eyes. Just allowing the hips to naturally open up. And then just stay in that frog if you're on the wall. And if you're not on the wall, stay in frog on the mat. And just show you how to do it on the mat. Folding each end over. Establish your 90-degree angles. Make sure to pull the lower belly up and in to really protect the low back. And if your shoulders are tired from your previous workout, you can just thread your arms through your legs and then just rest on one side of your head. And then start to easily come out of it by bringing your feet and heels together and touching them. Almost army crawl forward, keeping your center of gravity as low as possible so you can gently come out of this. Unfold your mat, come to your back, and just wrap your forearms around your shins and squeeze everything in, grounding the low back, feeling your hip creases in. Call your dog to come over if he wants. Take a quick plow pose, making sure to keep your head from turning, not turning left and right. And then you can exhale your legs straight down, coming to Supta Baddha Konasana. Heels touching, knees spread out wide to the outer edges of the mat. And just let everything surrender into the earth. You can close your eyes. Palms can open up to the ceiling or to the sky. And just finding some nice deep rest here. If you're like my dog, you just skipped all the way to the Shavasana. But as long as you're breathing, it's still a great workout. Bringing the energy back to your tips of your fingers and your toes. Extend your arms above your head and your feet to the bottom part of the mat. And then exhale, squeeze everything in as tight as you can. Get in a few rocks up to a seated position. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, namaste. The light in me honors the light in you guys. Thank you. Have a great week.